Okay, hello everybody and welcome back to EterniTea Gaming. We're here today with the setup tour that a lot of people had requested that we do for 100 subs. I mean, that's not a really interesting setup. By the way, this is the second time I've recorded this. So, because my fan, this cursed devil, screwed up my initial recording. So that's fun. Anyway, okay, so let's get started with the tour, shall we? Alright, so first things first, here is the good old setup. Get rid of my other screen. There we go. We got my Logitech C920 up here. You know, to get me that quality face cam. Got the new mic, which I haven't even tested out yet with like streaming and whatnot, but I've gotten the audio pretty much where it needs to be. It's an Audio-Technica AT2035. It's a mic that I've always wanted. It's a mic that I've wanted for a while. I got it for somewhat cheap, so I mean, it's pretty great. That's the tower down there. If I can get it in frame. There we go. Got it in frame. Perfect. Yes, that's my custom built PC. It has been kind of getting built over the last couple of years. Got the GTX 1070 in it. AMD FX 8350 for the processor, 24 gigs of RAM, an SSD, regular hard drive, standard stuff. Got my Rayquaza print that I got at Anime North this year, as well as that's some artwork that I got a couple of years back for Christmas. It's a Matarasu from Okami. We got my Phoenix Wright print that I got from Anime North, as well as my Ram print from ReZero, and my Ultimate Madoka print from Madoka Magica. Yeah, I watch anime. What of it? Don't worry about it. Okay. Got my Adachi print and Yunarakami from P4. Now, all of these prints actually all came from Anime North. These four here came from Anime North this year, the one I went to. That one came from my brother-in-law and sister from last year's Anime North. Moving along, got all my Pokemon plushes down here. Wow, this is really hard to control, not gonna lie. Because I'm using the front camera for this, and it's really, really difficult to control. Okay, so yeah, that's all my Pokemon plushes. Everyone in the apartment kind of collects a bunch of these, so this is basically my collection here. Moving along, we got my table here. Got my nice collector's Metroid. I think this came from like Toys R Us, and I mean it's actually really nice. Like, check this out. Check this shit out. It's great. You can throw it on your head and wear it like a hat, which I've done before, and we're gonna do it right now. It kind of hurts though. It's kind of painful. It's kind of hard plastic, and you can like constrict the legs in and be like, anyway, enough of that. Let's get the legs all sorted back out, and there we go. That's probably not good, but nope, that's what I thought. There we go, it's back. Okay, I got my clock there, some card sleeves, whatever. It's basically just a storage table. Moving along, we got all my Weiss Schwartz stuff here. It's a great card game. If you've never played it, I highly recommend it. It's good. It's kind of a quick-paced game. Not as serious as, like, say, Magic or Yu-Gi-Oh! No offense to those. It's just that I'm not a big fan of Magic or Yu-Gi-Oh! So, I got some art books down in there. I'll read through here. Moving along, we got my my tea collection. It's split between this shelf and that shelf. And then just all that's pretty much storage. We're not going to bother with all the rest of that. Then on top of the shelf, we have all my figures from like anime and gaming. Just gonna kind of walk along here. Yeah, just gonna. And then we got my ocarinas right here. My ocarinas are beautiful, and I don't know how to play them. Got my pop figures over here. The John Cena pop figure, because it's John Cena. Elder Scrolls ones. Other stuff that I've collected over the years. Bed's there. Window is there with fan, because holy crap, it's hot in here, and I already lost one recording with that monster, and that monster was there. It screwed up my recording and made me sad. So yeah, that's basically the setup. Oh yeah, that's the audio interface that I use now. I say now because hold on, there we go. Okay, let's get that in frame. Move that cable over. Should be in frame. I hope it's in frame. If it's not, I'm sorry. I can't really fix that in post. Anyways, it's a PreSonus audiobox, USB 2x2. So, yeah. That's basically it for the setup. Like, for my setup, quote unquote, if you want to really even call it a setup, because it's mostly just my living space. I won't show you the rest of the apartment because it's not really anything to be shown, to be honest. It's not that interesting, and most of the stuff isn't mine. So yeah. Anyway, I guess all that's really left now is just to thank everyone for 100 subs. It truly means a lot to me that so many people have actually, like, I mean, I know that 100's not like a really big number, but to like me, 100 is a humongous number. Because when I first started this back in the day, like when I was in grade 11, me getting 100 subs was like a pipe dream. Like 100 subs was like almost an impossible to reach goal that like I had dreamt of, but I'm like, it's never gonna happen. Now, I mean, I'm not doing this for like the subs. I'm doing this purely for fun because I love doing this. This gives me so much joy, just being able to like play video games and like crack jokes and stuff and humor and all that nonsense, and have people all watch it and be like, this is actually pretty good stuff. This is pretty funny. Because I like making people happy. It's one thing that fills me with joy, is making people happy. Above all else, I like when people are happy around me because I take that happy energy and it makes me happy. And that's the main reason I'm doing this, is to promote, I don't want to say to promote goodwill. I mean, kind of, yes, that's basically what I'm trying to do. But at the same time, it's also a whole thing of like, this is something that I've wanted to do for years, and I finally have the opportunity to, because like I said, I started this back in grade 11, and I wanted to continue back then. And if I had, I can't even fathom what things would be like now. But I couldn't continue back then because life and school and resources were just not a thing. But I loved every minute of it back then, but I had to give it up. And then I went to school, and I'm like, I would love to have a chance at doing YouTube again. And Quentin was like, why not? Why not do it? Why not do the thing that you tried to do back then that you couldn't do back then? So I did, and him and I drafted up the initial names and rough designs. Like I had my channel avatar already like pictured out in my head before I even like decided on a name. I already knew what I wanted. Yeah. It's been an adventure up to this point. I can't say that I would change any of it. I can't say that I would change any of what I've done so far, any of what I've learned so far. I have learned so much from so many people that I understand Premiere now. I understand Premiere. I understand Photoshop. Back, say that to 17-year-old me, 16-year-old me, because when I was 17, I actually stopped this already. But yeah, say that to 16-year-old me, and I would have just been like, nah, man, that's crazy. You'll never learn Photoshop. You don't need that. You don't need that shit. But I understand it now. I know how to use it for what I need it for. I'm learning so much doing this, and I love learning. Learning is I never want to stop learning. When you stop learning, then I mean, let's face it, learning is great. Learning is fantastic. But anyway, I'm rambling. So I guess I'll end this off by, thanking everyone who's stuck with me all the way up until this point. There's a few people who I'm gonna shout out, but everyone who's followed the channel either from its infancy or even just come in now. Thank you. thank you. I can't thank you enough for being there, like, to be here to celebrate me hitting 100 subs. I know 100 subs is not anything. It's a drop in the bucket, but back in the day, I could never imagine 100 people saying, I like this guy. Anyway, but yeah, no, like, the few people who I wanted to shout out, Quentin and JJ, thank you both. Thank you to both of you for, like, helping me do series, because both of you have, like, helped me quite a bit on series. JJ in our Terraria series, Quentin and I with Worms and a couple of random strategy games. He's been busy with school and other life stuff, so he hasn't been around as much. JJ being the one who I do Terraria stuff with. Other than that, like, a big thank you to Randallin for sticking with me up until this point. She has been following me and cheering me on from the sidelines with my channel even before I had started making videos. Like, there was a point in our lives, like, where we didn't actually talk all that much, and then we started talking again, like, just before I had started this up again. And I had asked for opinions on the channel, and she was more than willing to give me them, and she's kind of followed me along all the way up until this point, even though it's been more of, like, a sidelines kind of role. But, like, having even just that one person who's just constantly cheering you on is such a big motivational thing that it makes you just want to keep going. So thank you to her. I don't know if you're gonna see this. You probably will. You'll probably watch it because you watch all the ones like this. Anyway, and finally, just a big shout out to my sister and my brother-in-law for, you know, putting up with me rambling on about YouTube stuff almost every other day, as well as my sister for helping me manage my social media, my brother-in-law for helping me record videos like the Persona 5 unboxing, which was actually a really surprisingly successful video. For something that was recorded, like, kind of on the fly and very roughly with no planning, that actually turned out really well. No, but both of them have helped me since the start of all of this, so a big shout out to them, and once again, like, just a big shout out to everyone who's taken the time to even just drop into the channel. Like, even, like, it's hard to put it into words, but I'm rambling now, so I should probably stop the video. Anyway, so I hope you all enjoyed. I'll end up putting out okay, right, I forgot, because this is the second time I record. Anyway, what we're gonna end up doing to celebrate 100 subs is we're gonna do a late night stream, which a few of you had expressed interest in. Probably what we'll end up doing is JJ's gonna be, I'll probably end up streaming some Terraria stuff with JJ one night up until, like, when he has to leave because life and school and work and whatnot. That might be as early as tomorrow, because this should be going up the day that I record it. But no, so, like, we'll probably end up recording some Terraria stuff earlier in the day, or not recording, but streaming some Terraria stuff earlier in the day. And then when he heads off, we can just, you know, chill, do some random stuff, you know, that sort of thing. Yeah, so basically we'll end up doing just like a late night stream. I'll end up putting out some more details on that come when I have them, so that'll probably be going out on my social media, which you can follow me on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, which is all in the description below down there. Should check them out. I don't post terribly often because I'm horribly socially inept, but that's besides the point. And yeah, so I'll end up making a post to those about what's going on with the stream and whatnot. And yeah, that'll just about do it for this one. Yeah. So yeah, I'm rambling. Stop it. Stop that. But yeah, once again, thank you to everyone who's been with me, and here's to the future of all of this. And with that, I will see you in the next video. See ya.